So till now we discussed about speed and velocity. Now we will discuss a new term known as acceleration. Acceleration. Okay. Acceleration. So this acceleration is defined, or it comes whenever there is change in velocity. If the velocity is not constant, or we can say that if it is not uniform motion, if the velocity is not constant, in that case we have to use the term acceleration. And this acceleration is defined as acceleration is equal to rate of change of velocity. Acceleration is defined as the rate of change of velocity. So whenever this word comes, rate means any quantity divided by time, that will be what is meant by rate. Okay. So here we can write acceleration. We are representing by the letter A. So acceleration can be written as change in velocity. Change in velocity divided by is defined as change in velocity divided by time. Okay. And if we are considering u is the initial velocity. Initial velocity means initially the object is having a velocity u, and after some time t, its velocity changed to v. For example, a train is moving at a speed of 100 km per hour, and after 10 minutes if that speed or velocity is increased to 150 km per hour. So we can say that 100 km per hour is the initial velocity and 150 km per hour is the final velocity. And what is the time taken to change in velocity? That is t. Is it clear? So acceleration we can write change in velocity by time. Why? Because it is rate of change of velocity. So this term comes whenever there is variation in velocity. So we can write change in velocity by time, and that can be written as v minus u by t. So this is the formula to find acceleration. Acceleration is equal to v minus u by t. Is it clear? So here in these problems, whenever it is asked to find the acceleration, you have to convert those velocities into SI units and time in seconds. Okay? Then can we write what is the unit of acceleration? So what will be the unit of acceleration? What is the unit of velocity? Unit of velocity is SI unit of velocity is meter per second. So if there is difference in velocity also, that it has the same unit, meter per second, and the unit of time is a unit of time is second. So we can write the unit of acceleration is meter per second. So the SI unit of acceleration is meter per second. Okay, is it clear? And this acceleration, it can be positive, negative, or zero. So this is clear, no? So this acceleration can be, three possibilities are there. Which are the possibilities? Either A can be positive or zero, or can be negative. No. Positive acceleration, zero acceleration, and negative acceleration. Positive acceleration, we are telling acceleration only, no other term. But for negative acceleration, we are using the word. Negative acceleration is known as retardation or deceleration. Negative acceleration is known as retardation or deceleration, and zero acceleration means acceleration is zero. So when I What is V and U? When the final velocity is greater than initial velocity. If the velocity of the object is increasing, we can say that case there will be positive acceleration. Velocity is increasing, so there will be positive acceleration. Okay? And when it will be zero acceleration, again we have to consider the equation A is equal to V minus U by T. So when acceleration will be zero, time will not become infinite. So when V minus U is equal to 0 or V is equal to U. V is equal to U means final velocity and initial velocities are same, which means when the object is moving with the same velocity, uniform velocity, constant velocity, the acceleration of that object will be 0. So if the vehicle is moving at the same velocity, so in that case there is no increase or decrease of acceleration. So we will say that zero acceleration. So this happens when there is uniform velocity. Okay. When the velocity is constant, V is equal to U. So in that case the acceleration will be zero acceleration. Now easily you can say when the acceleration will be negative. When it will be negative, A is equal to V minus U by T. So when V is less than U, which means when the final velocity is less than initial velocity. For example, a train moves at a speed of 100 km per hour. As it approaches the station, its speed will be gradually decreased from 100 to 80 to 60, like that it will be gradually decreased. So the speed will be or velocity will be decreased. So in that case we can say it is having a retardation or a negative acceleration, or other words we can say it as deceleration. So this word is very much important, retardation. So in problem if it is given that retardation, you have to take A as negative. If it is given that a retardation of 5 meter per second square, so you have to substitute A is equal to minus 5 meter per second. Is it clear? So this is about acceleration. So 3 types of acceleration, all of you understood, no? Now, when you are solving problems related to acceleration, if it is given that an object is starting from rest, an object is starting from rest. If it is given that an object is starting, a train is starting from a station, car is starting. So if it is given like that, what will be the initial velocity? Initial velocity you can take it as 0. Initial velocity is equal to it will not be given in the question. You have to, by seeing those sentences, you have to identify. So if it is mentioned that an object is starting from rest, you have to take initial velocity as 0. And if it is given that an object is moving at a speed of, at a velocity of 100 km per hour, and it is brought to rest. It is brought to rest. It is brought to rest. So if it is mentioned that it is brought to rest, you can say that, you can assume that the final velocity is 0. Is it clear? So if it is mentioned that the object is starting from rest, you have to take initial velocity is 0, and it is given that a car or an object is moving at a velocity of 50 km per hour, is brought to rest within 5 seconds. So in those cases, you have to take final velocity as 0. Okay? Is it clear? Now we will discuss about equations of motion. So before discussing equations of motion, we will say what is meant by uniform acceleration. uniform acceleration. So from I told you uniform, this word uniform means constant. So we can say that acceleration is constant. So how to define uniform acceleration? We can define uniform acceleration as an object is said to be in uniform acceleration. An object is said to be in uniform acceleration when there is equal change in velocity in equal intervals of time. In equal intervals of. So what is meant by uniform acceleration or constant? Well, acceleration will be constant. So when acceleration will be constant? So if there is, you know the formula, A is equal to V minus U by T. So in same interval of time, same change in velocity, V minus U is there, we can say acceleration is constant or uniform acceleration. Okay. So an object is said to be in uniform acceleration when there is equal change in velocity. Equal change in velocity in equal intervals of time. Okay. Is it clear? And now we will discuss about equations of motion. Equations of motion for uniformly acceleration. Equations of motion for uniform acceleration. So these equations of motions are applicable only if an object is in uniform acceleration. When an object is in uniform acceleration, we can get a relation between initial velocity, final velocity, the displacement of the object and time. There are some relations existing between them, and those relations are known as equations of motion. Okay, is it clear? So we can write which are the terms that we are using. We are using the terms acceleration, then initial velocity, then we are using final velocity, then T is the time taken, and during that time let S be the displacement, this are okay. So U is the an object is moving with the velocity U. After some time its velocity is changed to V during a time interval of T, and during that time between initially velocity is U till it reaches the velocity V, it has travelled a displacement of S, and during that motion let A be the acceleration. So here I told you acceleration is constant, is uniform acceleration. So throughout the journey acceleration will be constant, and T is the time taken to change the velocity from U to V, and during that time T let S be the displacement. Okay. So to get the first equation, it's very simple. We are starting from the definition of acceleration. From the definition of acceleration, we are getting the first equation. So what is the definition of acceleration? Acceleration is equal to rate of change of velocity. Acceleration is equal to rate of change of velocity. So we can write acceleration is equal to change in velocity divided by time taken. Time taken to change the velocity. Okay. And change in velocity means final velocity minus initial velocity. Okay. Final velocity minus initial velocity divided by time. And what is final velocity? Final velocity is v, initial velocity is u. So we can write v minus u by. You can cross multiply it. What you will get? A into t is equal to v minus u. And this minus u can be taken to this side. So it will become plus u. So you can write u plus at is equal to v. U plus at is equal to v. And this is the first equation. So our first equation is v is equal to u plus at. First equation. Our first equation is v is equal to u plus at. How we are getting? We are getting from the expression of acceleration. Okay. Now we will discuss the second equation. I told you there are three equations, so we will discuss the second equation. Second equation we are deriving from the definition of average velocity. So what's the definition of average velocity? Average velocity is equal to total displacement by total time taken. Total displacement divided by total time taken. Or we can write average velocity is equal to total displacement is s, total time taken is t, because the object is moving in a straight line. So we can write average velocity is equal to s by t. Okay. And how we can write average velocity? Since it is in uniform acceleration, if the object is in uniform acceleration, average velocity can be written as sum of the velocities by total number v plus u by 2. I told you this, we cannot apply every lever. Here the object is under uniform acceleration, so we can write average velocity is equal to v plus u by 2. Okay, so v plus u by 2 is equal to s by 2. Now we can write s equal to v plus u by 2 into t. Can we write? S equal to v plus u by 2 into t. And what is the value of v? We can substitute from first equation. From first equation we can write v is equal to u plus at. So that we can substitute here. So what you will get? S equal to u plus at plus u by 2 into. Okay. Instead of v, we can write it as u plus at plus u by 2 into t. And u plus u we can write it as 2u. So we can write s equal to 2u plus at by 2 into 2u plus at by 2 into t. Or we can write u by 2 plus u plus half at into 2u by 2 we can write it as u. So u plus half at into t. You can multiply it u into t and as v square. So this is the second equation. Okay, s equal to ut plus half at square, where s is the initial. What is s? S is the displacement, u is the initial velocity, t is the time taken, and a is the acceleration. So second equation we can write. Second equation, s equal to ut plus half a t square. Is it clear? So that we are getting from the definition of average velocity. So here we are writing average velocity equal to displacement by time, and here we are substituting it as v plus u by 2 because two velocities are there, initial velocity and final velocity. So u plus v by 2 can write. Okay, is it clear? Now we will discuss the third equation of motion. Okay, so to derive the third equation, also same method we are doing, but same expression. We are starting from the definition of average velocity itself. So average velocity can be written as total displacement divided by total time taken. Total displacement is s, total time taken is c. So average velocity is equal to v plus u by 2, which is equal to s by t. And now we can write it as s equal to v plus u by 2 into t. And here instead of t, we are writing it as v minus u by t. How? From equation 1. From equation 1, instead of t, we can write it as v minus u by t. So if you are substituting, what you will get? S equal to v plus u by 2 into v minus u by t. V plus u by 2 into v minus u by t. So what you will get? V plus u into v minus u divided by 2. So we can write it as we can write s equal to v plus u into v minus u divided by 8. What is v plus u into v minus u? That we can write it as v square minus u square divided by 8. Okay. And 2a we can cross multiply here. So you can write it as 2as equal to v square minus u square, or minus u square can be taken to this side. U square plus 2as is equal to v square. So our third equation is v square is equal to u square plus 2as. So these are the third equation. Okay, third equation is v square equal to u square plus 2as. Okay, so we can write the three equations of motion. Which are the three equations of motion? The three equations of motion are: first one, v is equal to u plus at, the first equation of motion. Second equation of motion is equal to ut plus half a t square. And the third equation of motion is v square is equal to u square plus 2as. So these are the three equations of motion. V is equal to u plus at, s equal to ut plus half at square, v square equal to u square plus 2as, where the letters u represents the initial velocity, v represents the final velocity, a is the acceleration, t is the time taken, and s is the displacement. Is it clear to everyone? And in next class we will solve problems related to